So the healthcare CEO, Brian Thompson, he was honestly assassinated. That's the only way you can put it. Murder is not even
100%.
But he was assassinated outside of his building, going into one of their annual meetings. And allegedly they caught the guy, Luigi.
Mangione.
And that story is crazy.
It is crazy. And because of where I am in Milwaukee and the comics I hang around, I'm around a lot of very left-leaning people who were fucking ecstatic. I remember when I was at the club, somebody mentioned it. He was like, "Oh, you guys hear about the healthcare CEO?" Explosion of applause. The whole applause. People were, woo! Yeah! It was crazy.
Bro,
crazy
honestly, this was probably one of the craziest moments. This is going to be one of the craziest, what's it called? Trials in human history. It's going to be crazy. Because of once he got shot and he was murdered, right? I saw cops saying, sometimes you got to do what you got to do. I saw college students saying you do what you want to do. I saw rednecks in rural communities saying you got to do what you do. 100%. And the fact that you got all these different demographics. You got Trumpies, got people voting for Biden. Absolutely. You got Bernie folks that were like, I'm with this. Should across the board. Scary.
It should be.
That should be scary.
Yeah, it makes you think that maybe things are pretty fucked up. Then, if you got
just
this,
the collective hate of healthcare, of healthcare CEOs.
It's wild. I had no idea it was this bad.
Really?
I had no idea people hated health insurance. Companies and everything that much.
Have you ever had a chronic injury?
No, I haven't had a chronic disease. Thank God and everything.
Many.
And then the biggest healthcare we had scare in my family was when my mom got cancer. But I guess she had so much cancer they couldn't deny her or something. She's okay now. But I was like, Jesus Christ. No, so I it was wild. I've been pretty insulated from that,
Bro, the amount of stories that I've heard of people just being like, they will deny everything, especially for the United Health Group. They denied 30% of their claims. 32%. That's wild.
That's
nearly 1 in 3.
That's so crazy.
Every single month, they will take your $200, their $300, $400.
And you don't know until it fucks you up.
For the chance to be insured. And you're telling me Curry has more likelihood to hit a 3 than they are to take your claim? That's insane. That's bizarre.
It's horrifying.
And the thing is, I need to mention this demographic even more. I gotta mention it. I saw CEOs being like, I saw CEOs in Minnesota. CEOs in Minnesota talking about like, the healthcare system gotta change. I'm like, how the fuck?
That's crazy.
So the fact that it's this widespread is wild to me.
Yeah, I couldn't believe.
And honestly, the more that the news started to come out, it feels like the incompetence of NYPD was purposeful. Like they didn't give a fuck. They really didn't give a fuck because when it first came out, they were like, oh, he shot the guy, got on a bike, went to Central Park, got rid of his backpack,
filled with Monopoly money. He's a anti-hero supervillain shit, bro. That was the Riddler type shit, bro.
Throws the bag, and then he's just moving around with no bag. It turns out he actually had the bag. So what I'm thinking happened, they caught the wrong guy, and they said, hey, everybody.
Bro, that'd be crazy. Or somebody else saw his bag and then just, this is gonna be a great troll. That'd be wild. You remember when the obelisk were being put up, like I met one of the guys who did that and everything. The guy, the friend of mine that I told you about. He was one of those people. He has one in his house, and he was joking. He's like, me and my buddies, we would just drop them around places. They just bought them. But bro, I didn't realize I sold health insurance. I was a health insurance salesman for 48 hours. It was wild.
Wow.
And
you were one of the bad guys,
bro. I had no idea. And then this should have been my sign because I told people like, oh, what am I doing for like a job right now? I was like, I'll start selling insurance with this one company and everything. and they were like, "Oh my god, it was just disgusting."
You're a bad person.
Yeah, this is interesting. Yeah. I decided not to continue that job just because I realized, like, as a salesman, you got to be all in, right? And I'm all in on comedy. So instead, I'm just focusing on a job I can do where you just clock out, and then you can, you got your night, you got your morning, and you got your night that you can dedicate to the craft.
But as a health insurance, you're doing that shit 24/7.
Yeah, because you're grinding, you're calling people and everything.
And one of the things is, I feel like, remember when the Wolf of Wall Street, when they're selling like just the worst stocks of all those terrible penny stocks?
Yeah.
It's the same thing with health insurance,
which is wild, which is trash. Yeah,
and the fact that the American public just has to eat it is the wild part. And honestly, I feel like what happened when he was able to murder him, everybody collectively was like, oh shit, you could do that? Yeah. Because one of the problems with healthcare, you can try and be like, oh, you should have went and sued United Healthcare for not taking your thing or but it's like, good luck. Good luck.
Billions.
This is a $1 trillion
industry. Absolutely.
And you think you, with your 1 to 2 lawyers, is gonna come battle with these people?
No, not a fucking chance. And they own a lot of our politicians and everything. Like, these are the industries that do run our country.
They're the people that have lobbyists. They're able to be like, no, you have to own life insurance. You have to loan insurance.
Absolutely.
So that's kind of part of the problem.
And
continue.
No, on top of all this, very good looking man, and. That means a lot. I had so many friends sipping over him, posted on Instagram and everything. I thought
Luigi Bay was going crazy.
It was a bit much. I feel like Luigi is too unserious of a name for this many women to be sipping over him. Imagine moaning Luigi. All right, think about that. Imagine moaning Luigi. So I was like, all right, I might have to. It's all good.
Real quick, before I talk about how beautiful this man is, bro, I feel like when he was able to shoot him, do you know in safaris when they don't when safari like cabanas like drive through and no animal just says, oh, this is like 5 snacks. Instead, the way they see it is this is a ginormous animal that just walks by grazing. He doesn't eat nobody. He doesn't do nothing. Let them go. But when they shot him, it would be as if a cheetah goes and runs and jumps right through and hits somebody and just eats someone. That's what it looks like.
That's what it looks like. That's wild.
And the fact that everyone was collectively like, wow, you could actually do something to these companies. Really broke the mold for all these people.
I think so.
And honestly, I think one of the scariest part about it, especially for healthcare companies, they're like, oh shit, people can start just like doing shit to CEOs.
Really could. Well, the wealth inequality in America is, I believe, the most drastic it's been since like the Gilded Age. Yeah. Since like Vanderbilt and JP Morgan were just, owning entire industries. Like they owned steel, or they own
timber.
You own the forest. Is that what you do? You own oil. That's crazy. Yeah. So back when those guys just had entire industries, that's how bad the wealth inequality in America is, and it's very interesting. On the left, you have you have different sections where you have people who are who are anti-gun, and then you have people who are pro-gun, right? And then you have the left-leaning people that are pro-gun that I feel like are reading Marx's thing. Marx is very pro-gun, and you gotta
be able to defend yourself. Yeah,
exactly. So then I don't know. I feel like people in power kind of understand, that when people are armed, it's like we're all humans.
Yeah.
We're all humans.
If you attack my family for long enough, even though you're not directly killing my family, I gotta go. That's what his alleged manifesto said. He's like, I know I am not the right person to have this conversation with, but you have to look at this now. You have to deal with this. And honestly, if they don't deal with it, more things will happen.
No, I'm not saying anybody deserves to get shot.
No.
But I will say people in power should understand that, people can do wild stuff. But they can respond.
But speaking of one of the reasons why this whole scenario is so interesting to me, first of all, I'm saying you do not shoot people. That's let's be very, very clear. We are not condemning murder. It was flat out murder.
No. We are condemning murder. You said do not condemn.
Do not condemn. What do
you said condemn. Do you mean condone?
Condone, yes. We do not condone murder.
Guess what gets clipped and everything? Do not condemn the murder. That's valid.
Because I get out of this serious mode. This was a man with kids and a family. This is a real person. We do not condone it.
Yeah.
But the most interesting part to me is he did not shoot a random person. He literally went, the gun jammed. Let me fix it real quick. Just shoot him. He could have shot the lady that came to rescue him. Yeah. He didn't. He just shot the dude and disappeared. Yeah. When it comes to shooting, do you know how many times people be shooting just
right?
I hate my job. I hate my boss. You know what I'm gonna do? That Starburst. I gotta shoot that. I gotta shoot the church up. I gotta go to fucking Walt
and mark the bullets and everything, dog.
Yeah.
You know, deny, defend, dispose, and everything, bro.
He had a person in mind. That's really
I haven't heard of people marking bullets in a while and everything, dog. That's crazy.
I didn't know you could do that. Not even to mention the fact that it was a ghost gun. That's the part that was.
I heard it was 3D printed. Was it 3D printed?
Yeah, 3D printed ghost gun.
That's the future. We would 3D print.
He was an engineer. He was an engineer. But let's speak about how handsome this man was.
Yeah, crazy.
So you have this beautiful man. He had his whole life set up for him. He was a engineer from the let me rewind. He went to a preparatory school.
Absolutely. Yeah. Gilroy or something. All boys.
Valedictorian. Straight A students.
Absolutely.
Went to Penn. He went to the
Ivy League school.
And this could still affect him.
Exactly. Did you see the thing in his back and everything?
Yes.
I heard allegedly that his landlord was saying because his back was so bad that he couldn't have sex and everything.
Yeah.
You know? I don't know how his landlord knows that, but that's
Someone got cams in his apartment.
I don't know. Yeah, I wonder for sure. But yeah, good looking fella.
And that's what's even scarier when you have a dude like that is able to get affected by this thing too.
Exactly.
Because his family is rich. He was 26.
Exactly. You know what's significant about 26?
What?
That's when you hop off your parents' healthcare. You know what I mean?
I'd be mad too.
Yeah, bro. Yeah. So it's so crazy. It's so crazy. But he did it, and I completely agree with you. This could be the trial of the fucking century.
Because how are you gonna get a jury that's not corrupted? I
don't know. Yeah. Find people who've never dealt with anything like that, bro. That's crazy. That's very rare.
What is it? 70% of Americans is out of shape?
Yeah, it's wild. And I've talked to so many different people, and it's either one of my best friends. He had a fucking hernia I didn't know about. He was telling how they were telling him wait, and they were trying to fuck with him and tell him he shouldn't try and get any type of procedure. My dad has a hernia now. Another one of my friends, she was saying how her friend's dad couldn't get insulin until he died, and then they changed it, and they're like, well, now you can get your insulin because your circumstances changes. And she was like, well, what circumstance changed? He died. That was the only circumstance change. It's crazy. It's crazy.
Okay, it's still going.
All right, we good. So, bro, it is wild, and my eyes were open.
Fuck?
Crazy. All right, my eyes have been open to all types of fuckery. Did you read that they were using AI? I don't know.
That was my next, bro. Because before we even get to the healthcare company using AI, so there's this story about this one dude. He was running a company. He's like, hey, HR, what's going on? I haven't had a candidate in a long time. Yeah. So he's like, you know what? We'll see about this. He goes, he puts his resume inside the.
And who's this?
I don't remember his name. He goes and he puts his. He's like a higher up, a really higigher up. He's been trying to get a worker for the longest, but he just wasn't able to. So he was talking to HR, and they're like, they're just incompetent. I'm sorry, what to tell you. So he's like, are you sure you are looking at these resumes? They're like, oh, of course we are. So he's like, okay. Don't even worry about it. He goes, he puts his resume inside the thing. And then he goes, gets denied for an entry position. So he goes and he comes up to the HR. He's like, what happened? What happened? So it turned out they were using AI to filter out everything.
It's so crazy.
But the thing is, they were asking for let's say for example it was tech. They were asking for 15 years of experience of social media, of TikTok and things like that. But TikTok's only been out for 7 years. So it was one of those situations where it's you promised me that you were looking through these resumes. You know what? Don't even worry about it. All y'all are fired. Get out. Wow. So to imagine to use some software like that for fucking healthcare.
It's wild.
It's insane.
It's wild. Did you hear about that trick? Somebody put in white letters at the bottom of their resume, disregard everything on the resume. This is like a qualified candidate and everything. And the AI just read that and made sure that they got the job. So anybody who got it, it was white, but the AI can just fucking read everything written there. So it's, I don't know. That'd be wild. Yeah, you can't use AI for that type of shit, bro. You can't use AI. One of them,
especially it's person to person. It's person to person.
One of them they used had a 90% error rate and everything. Which is crazy. You can't be if you're gonna use AI, you gotta have it like learning with somebody. It's gotta be an assistant.
Yeah, it should be getting vetted with the human being.
Right.
Like,
you can't get a brand new AI and just be like, all right, this is all these people's lives in your hand.
And you know what the thing is? I remember that story too. They kept using it. They kept using the system because they're like, hey, we're saving all this money. Hey, I mean,
that's crazy, dog.
Did you watch that one, the Incredibles, where what is his name? Mr. Incredibles guy.
I gotta double check this. Which one?
The first one. Yeah.
The first one.
The first one. The main character, the guy.
Let's call him Mr. Incredible. Yeah. The young, because he was an insurance salesman. I completely forgot about that. Bro. And the old lady is like, but I paid. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. We can't. It's just really like, we can't help you, man. I'm sorry. And then he goes, he looks around, and says, hey, you go do this, go over there, and then it worked. And then his boss reams him out. He gets fired. He said, you know what? Don't even worry about it. He chokes the shit out of you.
Bro, Mr. Incredible was the original Luigi Mangione. That's crazy.
I'm telling you, bro. I'm telling you.
If Mr. Incredible was really a hero, he would have just kept going up.
He would have stayed in the building just slowly,
made his way up. Dog. That'd be wild. Cause what was that Lego movie where it was like Mr. Business and everything? You ever see the Lego movie?
No, I've never seen the Lego movie.
The main villain was called Mr. Business, and they were fighting Mr. Business. If they had a part 2 and it was Mr. Insurance, and they got a guy who looks like he's from Greece. So white hair. Oh man, I've seen such great memes about it and everything, and I've had a couple comic friends do great bits about it. What is the thing? You never know. You want to strike while the iron is hot, and do some some topical shit.